She was the girl no one remembered hiring. Do Won was the man who never forgot a face. When their eyes met across a room full of Korea's most powerful women, he didn't see a servant. He saw the ghost his dead sister died protecting. And in that moment, he made a choice that would cost him everything, or save what was left of his soul. The crystal chandelier in the Park mansion cast fractured light across 10 women who cost more than most people earned in a lifetime. Designer gowns, perfect posture, rehearsed smiles. Each one selected by Madame Park Do-won's mother to become the wife of Korea's most dangerous man. Florence moved between them like smoke. Navy uniform, hair pulled back. Tray balanced with champagne flutes she'd been hired to serve for one night through an agency she'd never heard of. She kept her eyes down, a skill perfected over 3 years of being invisible. She didn't belong here. She knew it. They knew it. "Does the help always stare?" one woman whispered loud enough to carry. Laughter rippled through the room. Florence's grip tightened on the tray, but her face stayed blank. Survive the night. Collect the check. Disappear. Across the estate, Do Won sat in his dead sister's bedroom, untouched for 3 years. He came here every year on Ji-won's birthday, February 16th, and remembered the phone call. The warehouse. Her body cold before he arrived. His mother's voice cut through the silence. "It's time." He stood, black suit, no tie, face carved from ice. 34 years old, and every single one of them showed in his eyes. The drawing room fell silent when he entered. 10 women straightened. No, his mother smiled her practiced smile. Do-won's gaze swept the room with calculated disinterest, then stopped. A girl in the corner, holding a tray. Brown skin. Natural hair pulled into a low bun. She wasn't performing, wasn't smiling, wasn't even looking at him. And on her left wrist, barely visible beneath her sleeve, a scar shaped like a crescent moon. His sister's last words echoed, "Save the girl with the moon on her wrist." Do-won's heart, dead for 3 years, kicked once against his ribs. Have you ever recognized someone who didn't recognize you? Drop a comment below. Do-won walked past all 10 women without a glance. He stopped in front of Florence. She looked up. Dark eyes, exhausted, the kind of tired that lives in bones, not muscles. "Your name?" His voice was quiet. Dangerous. "Maya." The lie came smooth. She'd used it for 3 years. His jaw tightened. "Your real name?" Florence's pulse hammered. She didn't know this man, but her body recognized threat. "I should go." "Stay." Not a request. Madame Park's heels clicked across marble. "Do-won, the girls are waiting." "I've made my choice." He didn't look at his mother, didn't look at the 10 elite women who'd spent months preparing. He stared at Florence like she was the only person in the room. "Give me the girl everyone overlooks." Silence detonated. One of the elite women laughed. "You can't be serious. She's staff." "She's my choice." Do-won extended his hand to Florence. Palm up. An offer, not a demand. Florence stepped back. The tray trembled. I don't. You're exactly what I want." His eyes held hers. Something passed between them. Recognition. Terror. A door opening to a past she'd buried. Madame Park's face drained of color. "This is absurd. She's nobody." "Then you won't mind if I take her." Do-won's hand stayed extended. Florence looked at his hand, at the 10 women staring at her with contempt, at the old woman whose horror was palpable. She set down the tray. "I'm not for sale." Her voice shook but held. "I'm not a choice you get to make." She walked toward the exit. Do-won's voice stopped her. "I know what happened 3 years ago." Florence froze. Her blood turned to ice. "I know who you are, Florence Kwan." The room spun. That name, her real name. The name she'd buried with her family. She ran. Florence made it to the kitchen before her legs gave out. She braced against the counter, breathing hard. He knows. He knows. The Kwan family massacre. 17 people dead in one night. Gang execution. She was supposed to die with them. Instead, she'd been hidden, smuggled out, given a new name, new papers, new life built on forgetting. How did he know? The kitchen door opened. Do-won's second-in-command entered, a man named Taemin with a scar bisecting his left eyebrow. Boss wants to see you. I'm leaving. Florence pushed past him. Taemin blocked the exit. The Kwon massacre, you were there. Her throat closed. Do-won's sister Ji-won died that night too. She wasn't supposed to be there, but she was protecting someone. Taemin's eyes narrowed. She was protecting you. I don't know what you're talking about. The crescent scar. Ji-won described it in her last message. She died buying time for a girl to escape. Do-won's been searching for 3 years. Florence's knees buckled. Ji-won, the woman who'd shoved her into a ventilation shaft, who'd screamed at her to run, who'd taken bullets meant for her. He doesn't want to marry you, Taemin said quietly. He wants answers. I don't have any. Florence's voice cracked. Then you better find some, because the people who killed the Kwons, they're still looking for survivors. Outside, tires screeched. Gunfire erupted. Taemin swore, grabbed Florence's arm. Move, now! The safe house was a concrete box in Incheon. 1 room, 2 chairs, a medical kit on a metal table. Do-won sat on the floor, blood soaking through his shirt. He'd taken a bullet to the shoulder, shielding Florence during the attack. She knelt beside him with shaking hands. I need to see the wound. You know how to treat gunshots? His voice was tight with pain. Yeah, I know how to not let people bleed out. She cut his shirt away. The bullet had gone through. Clean. Lucky. She worked in silence, cleaned the wound, applied pressure. Her hands moved with trained precision. Where'd you learn this? Do-won watched her face. Foster care. One of my placements was a nurse. She taught me basics. Foster care, he repeated. After the massacre. Florence's hand stilled. I don't want to talk about that night. My sister's last words were your name. Her eyes filled. Don't. She said, save Florence. Moonscar. She's innocent. Do-won's jaw clenched. So I need to know, why were you there? Why did 17 people die and you walked away? I didn't walk away. Florence's voice broke. I crawled through an air duct while I listened to my family scream. Your sister threw me into that duct. She locked it from the outside. I heard her die. I heard all of them die. She pressed the bandage too hard. Do-won winced. I spent 3 years wishing I'd died with them. Tears fell onto his shoulder. So whatever you want from me, answers, revenge, closure, I can't give you. I was 12 years old. I don't know why they came. I don't know what my family did. I just know I should be dead. Do-won's good hand caught her wrist. Gently. Ji-won didn't save you so you could spend your life wishing you were dead. Fever hit Do-won at 2 a.m. The wound was infected despite Florence's care. She pressed a wet cloth to his forehead while he thrashed, delirious. Ji-won, the girl, have to find... His hand gripped Florence's. Moonscar, she's alive. I know she's alive. Florence's throat tightened. I'm here. Ah, she found me. Do-won's eyes opened, glassy, unfocused. She was 16, same age as the Kwon girl. They were friends. Florence went rigid. What? Ji-won tutored. Kwon family daughter? Music lessons. His breathing was ragged. She wasn't supposed to be there that night, but Florence called, said men were outside. Ji-won went, to help? The room tilted. Florence had called Ji-won that night, terrified, alone. Her parents were already dead. She'd found their bodies and panicked and called the only number she knew, her tutor's. Ji-won came and died. It was my fault. Florence's voice shattered. I killed her. I called her and she came and... Do-won's grip tightened even in delirium. No, she chose. Ji-won always chose to save people. He passed out. Florence sat in the dark, holding the hand of a man whose sister died because of her. The math was simple, brutal. She'd stolen 3 years from Ji-won, 22 years old, dead in a warehouse, because a 12-year-old girl was too scared to die alone. At dawn, Do-won woke. Fever broken, eyes clear. He found Florence against the wall, knees pulled to her chest. I remember you now, he said quietly. You came to the house twice. Shy kid. Ji-won said you were brilliant. Photographic memory. Florence didn't look up. She loved you. Do-won's voice cracked. In her last message, she didn't say, save her because she's important. She said, save Florence because I love her, and she deserves to live. Florence looked up, eyes red. So stop wishing you were dead. You dishonor her sacrifice. They stayed in the safe house for 3 days while Do-won healed and Taemin secured their extraction. On day 2, Florence spoke. There were 3 men. I only saw 2 faces. She sat across from Do-won, hands wrapped around cold coffee. One had a tattoo, snake eating its tail, on his neck. Do-won went still. Ouroboros, that's the Han family mark. The third man stayed in shadows, but I heard his voice. He gave orders. Florence closed her eyes. He said, kill them all. Kwon betrayed us. Make sure there's no one left to retaliate. Betrayed them how? I don't know. I was 12. My parents never told me about their work. Her voice dropped. But I heard something else. The shadow man said, Park's sister is here. This complicates things. Do-won's blood ran cold. They knew Ji-won. Florence nodded. The tattooed man wanted to let her go. Said killing a Park would start a war. But the shadow man said, no witnesses. Your sister tried to negotiate. Said she'd forget everything if they let me go. They laughed. Do-won's fists clenched. She bought me 90 seconds, Florence whispered. Fought 3 armed men with a music stand. Just kept screaming at me to run. Silence stretched between them. Shared grief, shared guilt. I've been looking for you for 3 years, Do-won said finally. Not because you owe me, because you were the last person who saw her choose love over survival. I needed to know she didn't die afraid. Florence's eyes filled. She wasn't afraid. She was fierce. Do-won smiled, small, broken. That was Ji-won. For the first time, Florence smiled back. Day 4. Taemin arrived with news that shattered everything. We identified the shadow man from Florence's description. Taemin's face was grim. The voice pattern, the timeline, the Han family connection. Do-won waited. It was your uncle, Park Jae-sung. The world stopped. Do-won's uncle, his mother's younger brother, the man who'd held Do-won when Ji-won's body came home, who'd sworn vengeance, who'd helped search for survivors. No. Do-won stood. Not him. He loved Ji-won. He was deep in gambling debt to the Han family, Taemin interrupted. The Kwons were their competitors. Your uncle brokered the hit. Ji-won was collateral damage he didn't anticipate. Florence watched Do-won's face collapse. Where is he? Do-won's voice was dead. At your mother's estate. Do-won walked toward the door. Florence grabbed his arm. Wait, think. He killed my sister. And if you kill him, you kill your mother too. Florence's eyes pleaded. She'll never forgive you. You'll lose everything? Do-won pulled free. I already lost everything 3 years ago. He left. Florence stood alone in the safe house, heartbreaking, because she knew what was coming. Do-won would choose revenge over her, blood over the girl his sister saved. She was being overlooked again. She grabbed her bag and ran. Would you choose revenge or love? Tell us in the comments. Do-won found his uncle in the garden. His mother was there too, pruning roses. Nephew. Jae-sung smiled. I heard about the dramatic bride selection. Do-won shot him in the leg. Madam Park screamed. The gun never wavered. 3 years ago, the Kwon massacre, you ordered it. Jae-sung collapsed. You don't understand. I had no choice. Ji-won. You killed Ji-won. Madam Park stepped between them. Stop this insanity. He's your family. He murdered your daughter. Do-won's voice shook. For money, for the Han family. His mother's face went white. She looked at her brother. Jae-sung's silence was confession. Do-won fired again. Shoulder. Ji-won died protecting a 12-year-old girl. Your blood, your choice. You let her die. She was in the wrong place. Jae-sung gasped. Third shot. Chest. Madam Park collapsed to her knees. What have you done? What I should have done 3 years ago. Do-won turned to his mother. Choose. Him or me? His mother looked at her brother's body, at her son's bloody hands, at 3 years of lies. Get out. Her voice was ice. You're no son of mine. Do-won felt nothing. He'd killed his uncle, lost his mother, burned his empire. Not for a girl who'd already run. Taemin found him at Ji-won's grave 2 weeks later. Florence, we found her. Do-won looked up. She's at the airport. Flight to Toronto leaves in 3 hours. Florence stood at Ji-won's grave, suitcase beside her. She'd come to say goodbye. I'm sorry I couldn't stay, she whispered. I'm sorry I was never enough. You were always enough. She spun. Do-won stood 10 feet away. Blood on his collar, shadows under his eyes, bruises on his knuckles. You killed him. Not a question. Yes? Your mother? Disowned me. The family businesses are frozen. Half my men left. The other half are waiting to see if I survive the week. His voice was flat, empty. Florence's heart cracked. You lost everything. No. Do-won walked closer. I lost everything 3 years ago. This? He gestured at himself. This is just catching up. Why are you here? Because you're leaving. You can't stop me. I'm not here to stop you. He stopped 5 feet away. I'm here to say what I should have said in the safe house. You don't owe me anything. Not answers, not loyalty, not your life. His voice broke. Ji-won saved you because she loved you, not because she expected something back. Tears fell down Florence's face. So if you want to leave, leave. I won't follow. I won't ask you to stay in a world that took everything from you. Do-won's hands shook. But I need you to know, you saved me too. These 3 years I've been dead. You made me feel human again. Florence took a step forward. I was there that night. Your sister died because of me. My sister died because she chose you, and in her last moments, she didn't regret it. Do-won's eyes glistened. She said, tell Florence she made me brave. Florence broke. Sobs tore through her. Do-won caught her. So don't run because you think you're not worth it. Don't leave because you think everyone overlooks you. I see you, Florence. I choose you. Not because of Ji-won, because of who you are. She looked up at him. If I stay, they'll come for us. Let them come. You have nothing left. I have you, if you'll have me. Florence grabbed his face, kissed him hard, desperate, alive. When they broke apart, she whispered, I choose you back. 2 years later, Florence's art gallery opening in Seoul. Do-won beside her, no longer a mafia boss, just a man rebuilding legitimacy. Madam Park arrived, broken but seeking forgiveness. Florence extended grace Ji-won would have. Their daughter, born 3 months ago, slept in Do-won's arms, named Ji-won. The girl everyone overlooked had become unforgettable. Drop a, if this story moved you, and tell us, would you choose love over revenge? Your story matters.